Welcome, everybody. This is part five, spilling your seeds, to tell the truth, the nursing home. So I told you all that in 2022, I lived at 138 West Logan Street, up on the third floor. And what happened is I came home one day and my former first lady thought it funny to have me locked out once again. Um, I had went shopping. I came home. I was locked out. Eventually, I was able to get into the a nursing home here. Now, whether I'm going to name that nursing home or not, I don't know yet because I don't know. But maybe throughout the broadcast because it's a few people here that knows about it. So I'm going to tell the story and tell y'all what happened. I had to have both of my knees replaced, just not at the same time. Okay, so what happens with my knees was when I moved into the apartment, I my knees they started to get worse. So I had both my knees replaced. And what happens is with that, uh I was using a walker at some point. At some point I was using a walker. All right. So and I also had my lymphedema machine. I came in one day. Oh, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I gotta keep these facts in order. They're talking about the nursing home. I'm sorry, I was talking about my apartment. I don't want to do that because I don't want people to get confused. They always say I'm all over the place. So let me stick to the nursing home and what led me there. I don't want nobody to get confused about what happened over there. I came back to my apartment one day after shopping at Acme, which is at Germantown and Sedgwick. The keys, I could notice that the lock was different. I stuck my key in the lock and I was locked out. Once again, locked out. Okay. My landlord is playing his game again. Yeah, he's playing a game. See so what wound up happening was I left there and I went to Clifton Nursing Home. I see it's the reason why I gave the name up. Because if somebody were to go look it up, they will find out and they will find out what happened. So yeah, that's not a we're going to keep it quiet. And I don't have to keep it quiet because I filed a complaint against them because I fell in their nursing home. And I'm going to walk you through the events that happened when I fell in their nursing home. I had my knees, uh, I got there and the staff, the female staff, always the female staff began to verbally be aggressive. Now, if you don't know me and you never met me, why would you be verbally aggressive with somebody that's, listen, if I come through your doors to get seen, there is something wrong with me. What I can't eat, can't cook. Listen. How it always works for me is like this. When I have to call my doctors, nurses, they always begin to look at me funny. And the reason why they look at me funny because they not new. My nurse has been my nurse since 2010. That's a clear indication that there's something wrong with my stomach. Because who has a stomach nurse for 6 years? Who has a stomach nurse for that long? That's a very long time to be seeing somebody for just your stomach. I didn't say arthritis, just my stomach. That means I done been on every type of medicine that you can name: Protonix, Nexium, Prilosec. I done probably been on it all. Miralax. I done been on everything. Right. So anyway, I came through their doors. I told them from the very beginning when I came through their doors that I adhere to a diet for somebody that has GERD. At the time, I was not, yeah, GERD, right? So I couldn't worry about my machine that I had for my pneumatic compression because my former landlord he had cut the cord, so there was no need for me to worry about that. Okay, so we gets over to Clifton. And what's going on at Clifton is I come through the doors. I already don't have my pneumatic compression machine because my landlord at 138 West Logan, he cut the cords. See, this is how I know that Ellen is orchestrating all of this because these people are harassing me and they don't know me. Everywhere I go, I'm being harassed, and I don't listen. None of that made sense. But I'm at the nursing home now. I'm telling the people what I can't eat, but they're not listening to me. I gotta call my doctors, provide documentation. Still want to give me a okay, whatever. I tried to remain calm. But I'm going to have surgery that December. And I did. Don't worry. I had my surgery and I came back there. I almost wish I hadn't came back there. I want to tell y'all what happened. Christmas Day, Ellen had the people to cut the heat off in my room. See, here's the whole thing. If it was that these people were strangers, why would a stranger cut the heat off? Everybody else had heat. The maintenance man came and checked. We was the only ones that did not have heat in there over there. That means somebody personally cut because the boxes are individually controlled. Individually controlled. As a matter of fact, the room I'm in now, I can turn the heat off and on when I want. So y'all should know that I'm not lying. I'm not cutting the camera on because I don't want nobody to dox me. But I am telling you, most places have it where when you're in the nursing home or the hospital, and I just left the hospital, I could turn that heat off and on when turn the air off and on when I want the heat to. S- So yeah, that is true. That's not a Catherine made it up. It's a general thing with the maintenance is true, but the temperature thing in newer rooms are on the wall. I just left the hospital and my doctor, the room was what? Hot when they came in. It was hot to them, it wasn't to me. So thank you to the 6 people. Just trying to figure out. I can't go over there right now because this situation that has happened here in Philadelphia with that agency that was called. I have to deal with that. I'm really not going to be in too many more people's chats because of what has happened here in Philadelphia. Them people really did show up. And that's not a funny thing because, yeah, I ain't going to be in too many more people's chats because Tulsa and ZX called CPS and them people came here. So I'm really not going to be in too many more people's chats after them people showed up here. When I'm saying I'm wrapping up my stuff on my channel, I'm wrapping up my stuff on my channel for a reason. See, when you start doing stuff like that here in Philadelphia where I live, see, y'all don't understand. I already told y'all what's cracking lacking in here. Y'all think I'm joking. I'm not. Listen, y'all gonna only be seeing in a few minutes. Y'all only gonna be seeing uploads. Y'all not gonna get too many more lives after I tell what has happened, and it's gonna be for a reason that I'm not gonna be going live anymore because of what has happened. And I know I moderate for people, but what I've been telling y'all all along is it's finally coming out now. I have been telling you all this for years, but I finally dropped documentation. And now that I've dropped documentation, there will not be a need for me to hit anybody else's platform because I dropped all the tea earlier. So I'm not going to nobody else's platform. I don't know if my moderators are in here, but what's going to happen is uh, I've already dropped all the documentation earlier. And what has to happen is see, I couldn't get no lawyers here to take my case. Pay attention. I couldn't get no lawyers here to go after my former. Couldn't. Not. So the only way that I could fight was to come to social media. Ain't nobody want to take who? Do what? They ain't want to do that. As soon as I mentioned the name, they was like, oh no, we don't want to take that case. Ain't nobody want to take the case. Well, everybody always talking about a lawyer. Nobody wanted to sue E9. They did not. That's how powerful that my former pastor was. So let me finish telling y'all what happened. I had to have surgery, and I had surgery on December the 22nd, 2022. I had my left knee replaced. Now, think about my left knee replaced. Now, I ain't gonna call my surgeon's name. Doc, you know I ain't gonna call your name. Put you out there. Of course not. I ain't got to. He did a good job. He did a good job. It was when I got back to the nursing home. Listen, one thing I can say about Penn that I cannot say about other hospitals is, although they don't use morphine anymore, operative word, anymore, okay? They still, with the pain medicine that they give you round the clock, those nurses and doctors over at Penn, they make sure that your body does not, because pain can take you out of here. I don't know if people know that pain can cause your body to go and you can have a heart attack. So the reason why they have to keep giving you pain medicine is because pain can hit you in a way that can cause you to leave here. So the reason why when you first come out of surgery, they have to round the clock pain medication to make sure that your body don't go into no type of shock. Because pain can cause your blood pressure to go up and cause you to have a stroke, but it also can cause your heart beat to do. So that's why they have to constantly give it to you around the clock. It's not nothing to play with like people think. Oh, you can just step down. You can't step down till that doctor say that you can. And that's what happened to me. The doctor had me on a pain regimen and sent me back to the nursing home. Here is somebody that don't know nothing about the case, and better than yet, wasn't the surgeon that did it. See, this is the problem that I have with doctors that think that, okay, well, she left the hospital, let me change. No, call the surgeon that did it. I'm just speaking for what happened to me. He never called the surgeon. What he did was he decided to take me off the pain medicine. Why? Because Ellen said so. Yeah, because when I got off that pain medicine, I fell in the nursing home. And when I fell in the nursing home, I had to be rushed to the hospital. Rushed to the hospital. Sure did. The first thing that people say over there is you just had surgery and you fell? Wait a minute. They looked at the medication. The reason why they looked at the medication, because everybody knows that when you first get surgery, they don't take you right off the medication. They don't do that because the body is not ready to come off pain. I done had 2 knee replacements and I just had a myectomy. The body does not respond that fast. You're healing. You're healing. Right. So I fell in a nursing home. Wait a minute. Let me wait, make sure. Let me make sure that hold on. Okay. Yes, Simone, I explained that I was in a nursing home in 2022 because I had my knee replaced. So, um, when you have surgery, there are protocols now that Penn takes. I can't speak for other hospitals, okay? I have had 3 surgeries at Penn, 2 knee replacements, and a myectomy. But I've had more surgeries, but I'm talking about recently at Penn. I'm not talking about surgeries I've had in the past because they don't count. Although I've had 2 myectomies at Penn, right? 2 of them. One in 2013, one just a couple of weeks ago. 2 knee replacements. I've also had what is called a muscle manipulation because I fell in the nursing home. That knee would not heal properly. So what the doctor had to do was the doctor had to put me to sleep and press down on the knee. Now, he did a good job, but I fell. Remember, I didn't get the chance to heal right because the doctor took the pain medicine and it caused my leg to go weak. I fell. Now, the doctor didn't tell me that Dr. Ellen Joe Weiler over there at E9, doctor didn't tell me that she told him to stop giving me. No, the doctor didn't tell me that. See, I figured that every time I left somewhere, she was always harassing me. It's last 10 years that, see, why would a doctor who knows what happens to the body? So, yeah, I handled the situation appropriately, but nothing happened. Of course, I filed a complaint. You're in your right to do so. Of course, I did. But what happened? Nothing became of it. Why? Because her husband cleaned it up as he always does. So the complaint didn't go nowhere. And it was a valid complaint too, because my leg got messed up after I fell. Yeah, it got real messed up to the point that's why I said I had to go back and the doctor had to put me to sleep and do my surgery was in December. He had to put me back under anesthesia in March. to try to get the leg to straighten out. Now, thank God, and I said it exactly like I meant it. Thank God that the leg is now, I'm able to walk, and it doesn't. There's no complications now. But then I had to have the other leg replaced, the other knee replaced. Okay, so the other knee had to get replaced. Wait a minute, let me make this one. Yes, yes, both knees have been replaced. Okay, so now that I'm talking about it, see, sometimes you have to know the Bible says that you have to be quick to listen and slow to speak. And I ain't always the quietest, but I let everybody drag me. I want y'all to pay attention to how I did this, y'all. I let Jay Wilson drag me. I let Miss Cruiser drag me. I let St. James. I let all of them drag me. You know why I let them drag me? Because I knew one day that I was going to talk about it. I ain't know it was going to be on my own platform, though. I ain't know that. I thought I was just going to do some type of press release where I was going to talk about it on TV. I ain't know it was going to be on the internet. But see, here's the whole thing. I don't know God's ways. The Bible says my thoughts are not his thoughts. My thoughts was I was just going to do a press release. I did not know I was going to be on the internet. But see, listen, this is the way that God chose to open the door because every time I would go to a lawyer, they would shut me down. They ain't what as soon as I see the name, oh, we can't take that case. See, pay attention. Every time I went to a lawyer would not take the case. And so that's why God allowed it to happen this way. Why? Because on the World Wide Web, you can reach millions of people. My thought was on thousands. God is omnipresent and everywhere. So he can use the internet. He can use the internet to reach millions of people. We don't think the same. So anyway, what ended up happening was after the muscle manipulation, Penn used narcotics. No, they still didn't use morphine. Still didn't use morphine. So, okay, so then that was in 2022, 2023. August of 2023, I had another knee replaced, the other knee replaced, which was my right knee. Now, between the left knee and the right knee, I lost weight just like this time. What people to not to understand is when you have these surgeries, that the medicine they gives you begins to work on your appetite. Now, I know because it's happened to me. It's happening to me right now, actually. But I mean, you don't lose weight because you stop eating. The pain medicine begins to get a hold of you. And just like the other day when they brought some food in here, that's why I started asking for something that I could eat. Because the pain medicine do really grip you up. Seriously. It's not no I think it's already happened to me. I already lost like 30 pounds. I just got weighed on Tuesday at the doctor. I was like 184, 185. A couple of weeks ago I was 213. Now the doctors know that nobody loses that much weight that fast, and they're in a facility and have been in a hospital. They know what's happening. I had a lot of fluid because the doctor actually came in my hospital room a couple of weeks ago and said you had a lot of fluid. When you get on the scale in a couple of weeks, you'll be thinner. I thought she was just saying that, but okay, let me go back to the story so I don't lose nobody. Let me try to stay on topic. I'm sorry. I can't go on lemons. I'm telling you that I can't. It's for safety purposes that I can't. It's safety over here. I'm not being smart right now, lemon at all. And it's not you. See, I'm on my own platform for a reason. See, some of you all when I'm in them other people chats and stuff, y'all start verbally attacking me and saying stuff in the host will let y'all and see I can't I'm not doing that no more. With me being verbally attacked and y'all letting people come there. See, let me say this real quick. If I'm on your platform and somebody come there and they start verbally attacking me, the only thing I can do is leave. So since that's the only thing I can do, then that means I don't need to be on nobody else's platform because I'm not safe from being verbally attacked. I'm safe right here where I am on my platform. I don't have to worry about nobody verbally attacking me. I don't have to worry about nobody telling me to get down, shut up, none of that. Because right now, it's about Catherine. And it's about Catherine's story. So since I can't tell my story on nobody else's platform without people saying they don't want to hear it, right now I can tell it. And when I'm done, I can end it. I can upload it and it'll be over. Because what just happened to me the other day was CPS showing up here making the scene. And see, Tulsa, you always do that, and that's not funny. You actually sat up on Rodney's panel after all that stuff that you listen. You said, "See, I'm only sticking to what happened to me. I'm not going to tell lies on my former pastor because I'm mad. I'm going to tell the truth, and the very truth is." He did try to clean up his wife's messes by way of making sure he did. I cannot lie. I wasn't lying a court of law on that man. But in him doing so, it hurt me. The reason it didn't hurt me because he hurt me. It hurt me because he didn't want to come forth to tell the truth. I don't know whether he was scared. I don't have his feelings. The only thing I know is he just kept cleaning up to the point of it hurt me because when I fell. I had to go to the hospital. They were looking at me funny. And then when I had to get that same knee manipulated, so you think my surgeon wanted to put me back to sleep? No, that's that. Y'all don't know about anesthesia. Anesthesia is the type of thing where if you really don't have to go under it, your doctor don't want to put you under anesthesia. Why? Because there are complications with anesthesia. I've been under it enough to know that. There are complications with anesthesia. See, people ain't never had surgery, they don't understand. I get scared every time the doctor say that. It ain't that I don't believe in God. Of course I do. But I also know that people's hearts stop while they're under anesthesia. And that is true. A lot of people have died while they were on the operating table. See, I don't take going under the knife. I don't care how skilled the surgeon is. Once they knock you out, see, I'm gonna say it like I want to say it. When I know that I'm getting ready go under the under the knife and I have to be knocked out, I don't not only talk to God. See, that's gonna be an understatement. I do talk to God, but I always have to tell God, God, see the very last time, this right here, I got a living will. All the times that I've been operated on, I ain't never get no living will. I bet you I ran to the store this time. I couldn't even get there fast enough. And that lady said, you're going to have to go under the knife this time again. Okay, back to 2022. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay in 20. I'm trying. I'm trying. So I went. Now, here's the whole thing. Lemon dropped in my chat earlier, and he told me that I was fake as F. That's what he said. So if I'm not going over there to his chat, it's because he was in my chat earlier. He called me fake as F, right? I'm fake. He said I'm fake. So if I'm fake, why would I want to go back to? No, that's not cool, baby. I have always supported Lemon. That's not cool. So yeah, he dropped in my chat and said that. I don't need to run. Well, I have a little bit of pain, Elaine. I'm 18 days out. And I ain't listen, I'm 18 days out. They gave me 6 weeks to 8 weeks. Now, for me, all this stuff that happened with my past, I'm gonna say this right here, right now, because it's true of me. And he knows this. Even though all that bad stuff happened, see, I'm gonna tell you what character is. This is my character I'm talking about. I know he did all that stuff. I mean, I know his wife did all that stuff. Wait, I know his wife did all that stuff. But if he ever needed me, if he was outside and he needed a cold drink of water, I would run to go get him a cold drink of water. I wouldn't walk. I would run. I'm gonna tell you why. Cause he is the person. See, I didn't do it by myself. I ain't gonna lie on that man. That's not no coincidence. That 10 whole year. No, 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 no. I can't do that. See, sometimes no, I can't. If he was outside right now and everybody else just walked past. And I'm not talking about him losing stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if he was sitting down, he said, Captain, go get me a drink of water. I bet you I'd run. I'm not lying. I would. I am not lying. I ain't say I was romantically interested. Ain't nobody talking about that. Because everybody that's been around me, Dr. Reed and everybody else, they know that's not true of Catherine, so I ain't got to worry about that. If the man was sitting down and he said, Catherine, go get me a drink of water, I bet you I'd run. Why would I run? Because that man made sure that I got to, to the next place to the next. He did. He did. No, his hair. Listen, that man's hair went gray. Listen, I don't know about biological stuff and men's hair going gray and falling out. I could tell you, Catherine got on his nerves. Why did Catherine get on Pastor Wilder's nerves? Because he keep having to do stuff, Catherine, and that stuff didn't turn out right. And see, now he is sitting back and I'm talking about it. And it's not that he didn't wish. No, he wanted it to turn out right. Cause why did he let me come back? He did. He did let me come back, and that's why he probably because he didn't want to have to deal with that. He really wished that it wouldn't have happened the way, but he knows that I gave him 10 years, and and that's why I gave him my laptop. Pay attention to what I said. That's why I gave him my laptop. Why did I give him my laptop? Because he's not gonna let anything happen to my laptop. And even if he turned it, I don't care what he does with my laptop. After 10 whole years of him making sure to the best of his ability, to the best of his ability. It couldn't have been much. I ain't lying about that. It couldn't have been much. And I'm not taking away from it. I am telling you that he wasn't able to, his hands were tied in certain situations. Why were they tied? Because his wife lied about some stuff. And because she lied, his hands was tied. I can't lie about that. If I was in court, I can't. Because people are going to say, why didn't you? Yeah, he did. He let me come back. And what happened? His wife, his wife didn't want me there, even after all that stuff. She is the one. It wasn't Deacon Sherrod, it wasn't Deacon Cannon. His wife was the puppeteer. Always wanting to, why you want me to still fight with the man? Ellen, you wrong. I'ma call you out, tell you wrong in front of everybody that's listening, in front of all your community. Because you ain't the first lady that you say that you is. Because you know for a fact, Ellen, that I was sick as a dog. You do know. That's not funny that you still wanted me to argue with your husband and you know I was sick. See something wrong with you're broken, ma'am. You got all that money and you worrying about a little poor lady that didn't have nothing. You just wanted me to keep losing place at the place at the place at the place. You see, it didn't even it's something wrong with your heart, Ellen, that you would be comfortable at night knowing that one night I slept at the Queen Lane train station. I'm gonna spill my own tea right here. I don't care who know that. Because I'm not sleeping at Queen Lane train station right now. See, you thought that was funny. There's something wrong with you and your God. I know that you don't know him, lady. You can come in church and you know there's somebody homeless. You don't know God, lady. That's the act. I don't care who listening to it. I don't. A first lady know that somebody gonna sleep at the train. That see when you know that I'm sleeping at the Queen Lane train station, then you know I ain't sleeping at your husband. Something wrong with your mind is warts. You got a member of your church. I'm talking about. I just was there in May, sleeping at the train station, and you still gonna say I'm sleeping with your husband? There, your mind messed up. That's what I said. I don't care who listening to it and who don't like that. I said it. I'm gonna tell the truth tonight and shame the devil. Hold on. I'm gonna tell the truth tonight and shame the devil at the same time. Your member is sleeping at the Queen Lane train station with a blanket. With a blanket. Uh-huh. At the Queen Lane train station. And the first lady is over there at her home with her husband, and she's comfortable. Well, her husband, he don't even know what to do. He don't know. He don't. What y'all don't know about Pastor Waller is for the 10 years that we have had to go through this, he didn't know what to do. He tried. But in my opinion, Pastor Waller, I'm not taking up for you right, wrong. What I'm saying, what I would have did is, once I found out that Ellen was lying, I would have straightened it out. I wouldn't have let it go 10 years. And I'm sorry that you don't agree with me, but because you let it go so long is why you're probably going to be scrutinized. I am telling you now, there is nobody that's going to look at this and say, they're not, especially and I left your church and went to go sleep on a train station. Because they're going to say that you knew that I was homeless. Your wife initiated me getting thrown out of my last residence. That was her. Wasn't that her? You couldn't see this last time you couldn't clean it up because cops went over there. You couldn't. See, that wasn't funny. What would be the motivation of me being homeless? Oh, I gotta be homeless so she know that I ain't sleeping with you. No, my medical record said that. 27 fibroids. I was sick, sir. There's something wrong with your wife. I don't care what you say. I had to sleep. Why did I always have to sleep outside? So that she didn't know I was sleeping with me. You were sleeping next to her. Is she okay? Yeah, is she okay? I don't have to keep losing place after place so that your wife. No, that's not how that works. You was never sleeping with me anyway. for me to have to sleep at a train station. That's crazy. Your wife kept doing that to me. I went through a lot in 10 years. Why did I have to sleep at a train station? Because the first lady is jealous. So you gonna tell me that I had to sleep at the train station or ride the bus at all night or go to or wherever else I went? Lady, you crazy. Didn't you have them people over there at Penn Medicine Hospital throw me out one night? You told them I wasn't sick. See, you did some sadistic stuff. And I'm going to air you out because the God of your salvation. That's what you say he God. God said that truth crushed to the ground will rise again. That's what your truth, the lies that you told, it had all been crushed to the ground. I'm going to let my truth rise to the top. You tried to have me put out the hospital, and so I would have an accident with them people knowing that I was sick. I woke up with a fever in the hospital. Let me tell you a little secret, Ellen, about a fever. A fever is an indication that there is something medically wrong in the body. That's what a fever is. If I woke up in the hospital with a fever and diarrhea, I ain't ashamed to tell it. Why would you tell the nurse to put me out? Ain't something wrong. Something is wrong with you. You want the people to throw me out the hospital too? You are sadistic. But God said, enough is enough, ma'am. Enough is enough. You went from throwing somebody out of a hospital, ma'am. You did too much. And I've been too silent. And I ain't got to be silent right now because I could always have Penn release my medical records. And my medical records approved that you had me thrown out that hospital. You had that nurse throw me out. You did. You had the nurse to throw me out. And a security guard, ma'am. I got proof. I ain't got to release my records and I don't have to do that. I could have had an accident on myself. I was sick. That's not funny. See, you are sadistic. You are wicked and you are malicious. You want to throw a homeless person out because they're sick? Do you know that homeless people are more prone to get sick because they don't have a place to what? Live. And they are always outside. Right. See, I'm going to put you out there. You deserve to be put out there. And I hope and I pray that this video reaches where it needs to reach. And who needs to hear it, they need to hear it. Because I ain't never heard of no first lady putting nobody out of no hospital. You remember how you did that over at Jefferson? Do you want me to pull up the records? I think I will pull up the medical records from Jefferson. I'm going to try to look for it and find it because I think I got it. Why did the nurse say on the diagnosis homeless? Homeless is not a diagnosis, First Lady Ellen, who thought it was funny that I left the hospital and you told me homeless. Then you had the security over there harassing me until they put me out. See, you thought it was funny that I was homeless. But see, the very thing that made you laugh is gonna make everybody that know y'all cry. It ain't gonna make you cry. It's gonna make them cry because they're gonna see that you didn't know the God of your salvation. All of that's a joke. Well, First Lady, you know, want somebody to get thrown out of a hospital. A hospital is there to treat people whether they're homeless or not. There's something wrong with you, ma'am. While you running around here talking about there's something wrong with me, do you not know I could release my own hospital records? Do you not know I could spill my own tea? Do you know that I could jump up right now and do it? I mean, do you really know that I could turn this camera on right now? See, I did it about a week ago. And all I really need to do is go in StreamYard and release it because I've already released all them hospital records in a 4 hour live about a week ago. Now StreamYard has that live on private. And I might need to pay them because I owe them $90. And if I pay them their $90, I'm not asking nobody to hit my Cash App, and that's why I have not dropped my Cash App. See, this is not about a Cash App right now. This is not. I've already released my Cash App and all the other lives that I was in. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to drop my Cash App down. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this is not no begathon. That's not what this is. That's why I put my Cash App down there. It's a reason why it's not. Pay attention. Do y'all see my Cash App up there? No, you don't. Why you don't see my Cash App up there? Because it's not no begathon. That's not what this is. This is a truth telling live right now. This not no begathon. Not at all. I want y'all to know the truth. So y'all can stop saying that I was begging these people for money when I went, Ellen, you did too much. And see, God is going to allow you to be exposed because you put me in some precarious situations to you. And then you had the nerve to have me physically attacked a couple of weeks ago. You did. But see, God Himself, He has had, first of all, I have had enough. I know God has had enough of you just going from you doing the most. God said enough. God said enough is enough. And He was going to expose you this time. Not your husband for cleaning it up, but you were going to be exposed. Why? Because wasn't nothing ever going on sexually between me and your husband. My medical records would knock that out. I was really sick. Listen, 27 fibroids. The, when the doctor opened me up, she was surprised. That's not no, that's not no small thing. That's not no small thing to a giant baby. Some people had one or two or three, and they listen. I've known some people to have some fibroids, and they ain't here to tell about it now. Why? Because there are complications sometimes that go along with that. It's not. It's other stuff that goes along with that. Sometimes they turn into cancer. It's a lot that goes along with fibroids. The fact that I had them for all those years and they didn't. So see, don't take it lightly. You were accusing me of sleeping with a man that I not only not slept with, but didn't have sex in 8 years with anybody, ma'am. I've been sick as a dog, and you sitting there making those type of claims. I have to come on to YouTube and tell on myself. That's a heck of a claim to make on somebody. Oh, no, ma'am, I ain't been sick with nobody. I've been sick as a dog and running back and forth to the doctors, and the doctors know it. I ain't gonna keep letting you say that about me. Say that about somebody else, but you ain't gonna keep saying it about me. And I've been sick as a dog. Tell that lie on somebody else. I'm running back and forth to the doctor, and you accusing me of sleeping with somebody. Is you okay? You can't be. You got all those degrees and no common sense. If somebody's running back and forth, that means somebody somewhere know how sick they is. It's the doctor. Right. I had an incision to have 27 fibroids removed from my body, but you were running around here telling people I'm seeing with your husband. No, I'm out at the train station, sick as a dog. I ain't need to be there. That's not funny. No, it's not funny. It's not. See, you will no longer hide under Pastor Waller. Sorry, Pastor Waller. I ain't gonna let your wife hide under you no more. You talking about somebody falling at a nursing home because you've done sadistic stuff to me over 10 years. See, if I don't ever write about it, I ain't got to. I mean, I'm going to, but I don't have to. The reason why I don't have to is because now that I told it, everybody know now. See, they gotta wait for a book. They don't have to wait for me. Everybody know now. And see, if I get up right now and I turn on the camera and show my records will only reflect this year. They're not going to reflect the other years and the climate and stuff. They're not going to reflect that. Why? Because I don't have that on me. I don't. See, I could do a 3 hour live like I did a couple of weeks ago. I might not feel like doing a 3 hour live. And plus, there are a lot of people over there with Lemon. He probably has a couple hundred people in his chat. And I could go over there, ask Lemon to bring them, but I mean, I don't know if everybody got notifications. I don't even really want to do that because it really doesn't matter. It might only be 25 people in this chat right now, but I'm running on StreamYard and YouTube, so it's on two platforms. So I'm good. I'm really good. I didn't make the live where anybody could hit the link. I did not. Just, I didn't make it where anybody could hit it. But if your husband really didn't want me to be there, he wanted me to be there, Ellen, and you didn't want. See, you still want to fight, and this is the way I'm gonna fight you. See, I'm willing to squat. Pay attention, Ellen. I'm gonna say this real loud. I don't want to argue with Pastor Watt about stuff that happened in 2008, 16, even this year. I don't. You want to. So that's why I'm airing you out. And I'm going to keep airing you out until you stop. See, that's how that's going to happen. If you keep on fighting me, I'm going to keep airing you out. So I really think that you need to leave it alone because I was at When I came in there, I wanted to make amends, and you wouldn't let me do that. So this is why I'm airing you out. But if you keep wanting me to air you out, I can. You have no reason for us to be fighting. That ain't even godly. That's the Bible that you keep saying that you read from. You believe in God. I don't know who you believe in, but it's definitely a theatrical act. You don't believe in God. You don't. And I could say something, really. I'm gonna put that what I could say, and I'm not. And Pastor Water, listen, listen. I'm not talking about saying anything to hurt you. That's not what I'm talking about. This is not that. Believe me, this is not that. I don't need to hurt the person that's been trying to make it so I can get myself together. You have to an extent. You just didn't take the initiative to do it all the way. Maybe I don't listen. I can't speak to why you didn't. Maybe you. I don't know. I'm not trying to speculate. I'm not. I'm not. I have. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not trying to speculate. See, because what I said is true, Ellen. Your marriage been over. It's been over. You've been trying to hang on to Alan, and he let you hang on for real, for real. He really did. He let you hang on, live there, all that. Hang on, live there, all that. Pay your bills, all that stuff. But the thing is, you don't really want Alan, because if you really wanted Alan, why would you be worrying about me? And I'm not at your church. I don't live in your house. He right there. Ain't he right there? Even though he in the basement, but ain't he right there? Because that could have been rectified. He was on the same premises. You could have just walked on down to the basement. You a woman. I ain't gonna tell you what to do. You should know what to do. You don't know how to cook a nice dinner for your husband. Make him feel appreciated. Make him feel appreciated. Pay attention. Make your husband feel appreciated. Cook a nice dinner. You know, you don't got no YouTube ideas. I mean, you've been married all this time and you don't know how to cook your husband a nice dinner. You know, he likes basketball and all that other stuff. Take him to a basketball game. Just you and him. And I ain't giving you no more of my ideas, because even though I ain't married, I know what to do. But you ain't gonna do them anyway, so it don't really matter. You're not going to do them anyway. It don't really matter. And even if you were at this point, he might not want to do it with you, because you've done some heinous stuff to me. And anything at this point would be you using my stuff because you wasn't doing it before. Right. So let's not try that. You've done some heinous stuff. And you know how you had, when I lived in Susquehanna House, you had Veronica. Veronica. Right. You had Veronica harassing me there. And then when she went over to the other place, why is it that you always had lesbians harassing me? If you're straight. No, you're a lesbian that has a husband. I said that exactly how it is. You're a lesbian that has a husband, and that's why you've been harassing Catherine for the last how many years? You weren't harassing because I was sleeping with your husband, because that's not true. You weren't. You're a lesbian that has a husband. Now, see, you've had lesbians harassing me every place I went. That's not no coincidence. Every shelter I went, you had lesbians harassing me, to the point of the Norristown, the Norristown, Montgomery County probation had to get involved with that young lady over there, because that's how bad she was harassing me. So I don't know why, you do know, right, that that's a matter of record. I don't know why you don't think that it's a matter of record when somebody is on probation and they're doing something that they shouldn't have been. Right. Smoke. Right. Don't her sister go to Bethel? Do I need to go on? Don't her sister go to church up there on Sheltonham Avenue? Or did she leave? Do you want me to go on? I ain't called her sister name. Right. Because her sister name ain't same name as hers. So I ain't even told nothing. Because don't nobody in her church know who she is but me. See, it's not about the people across the street at Bethel. Of course not. Ellen, you know her sister. You know exactly who she is over there. So don't do it. Don't do it. See, don't act like you don't know. When you know exactly who she is, exactly where she lives, right. So don't retreat now. Go to church tomorrow and sit up on the front row and act fake like you always do. You're counterfeit. Because with no real first lady do the stuff that you've done. You've done horrible stuff to me over the last 10 years. And I have been silent, but I don't because I've suffered enough. And some of the people that are in this situation, they've known about it, but they really thought that it was Pastor Wilder. No, it was Ellen. Because Ellen wants a woman that don't want her. Yeah, let me say it real quick. I ain't never wanted you, Ellen. I don't like you. You ain't got enough money to flip me. Let me say that again for you who got you got more than this old poor homeless lady that slept on that church on that bench down there at Queen Lane train station. You ain't never see. Let me say it real loud for you. You ain't never had enough money that Catherine flip. Why? Because God of my salvation would take care of me. Why would you? Why would I let somebody that's prestigious think that they got more than God? No, 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 no. God is the source. You have resources. See the difference? God is the source. You have resources. What does that mean? You don't top God. See, He's allowing the same God that you was playing with is allowing you to be exposed in front of the world. Why is He allowing you to be exposed? Because you was playing with Him with one of His children, and you thought it was funny that you was going to do what? What did you want to do to me, Ellen? Bring me to your home and make me have sex with you and your husband? I know you crazy. That's what I said. I know you're crazy. I didn't say I didn't have sex with men. I said I don't have sex with women. See, pay attention. I didn't say I didn't have sex with men. I said I don't have sex with women. So then, isn't that why you had me beat up a couple of weeks ago? Because I said I was not having sex with you. That's what I said. You would never be making me do nothing like that. Beat me up, whatever. See, and I had to tell Jesus about you having me beat up. I had to tell Jesus because I had to tell Jesus that you had me beat up because, see, you was trying to make me do something that I didn't want to do. Why would I want to have sex with a woman? Because you got a couple dollars? See, I told Jesus I had depended on you to take care of me. And Jesus said, I got you, Catherine. That's the he got me. I can go get my medical records. Go get them and post them if I wanted to. I already did that a couple of weeks ago, so I don't have to do that again. I can pull that 4 hour live up. See, I can pull that live up. I pull that live up and release it. You had somebody beat up because they didn't want to have sex with you. No, no, no. You have manipulated and abused a lot of people, and they went for that nonsense. But I bet you I ain't done. I ain't calling you no names. You're allowed to be a lesbian. You're allowed to be a husband, a lesbian with a husband. You're allowed to be. See, that word is on the tip of my tongue, and I'm not trying to call you that. I'm trying to behave. I'm just saying lesbian. I know you tricked Pastor Wilder, but the first time I saw you, I knew you was a lesbian. And I looked right at Pastor Wilder and said, he ain't see that. His eyes must be dark because I saw that. First time I saw you, I said, wait a minute, he ain't see. Right. He ain't see it because his eyes was darkened. And they weren't darkened for any other reason but because you tricked him into marrying you. Right. He didn't see that. That's fine. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Don't worry. You will not be knocking on the basement door tonight. Could you sleep down there with Pastor Wild? Don't make me embarrass you, Ellen. You ran a man down in the big. Don't make me embarrass you, Ellen. I ain't say he was upstairs in one of them guest bedrooms. See, don't make me embarrass you, Ellen. See, because you know that I know. See, you know, when St. James did that picture last week and he posted all this. See, I had tried to keep calm, but you just kept on poking the bear. You know, like having somebody come in here earlier talking about I was on oxycodone. I ain't on no oxycodone. I ain't got to release my records of me recently. The last time I took oxycodone was last Tuesday. I voluntarily told them I didn't want to take that. The person that does drugs is on here blaming somebody else. You got a lot of nerve. Let's do a urine test. Let's see who going to win. I bet you I will. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Ain't no cocaine in my system. Can you say the same? Oh, all right. Right. I think you should slow your about what you think. Try to have no type of what? You don't have enough money to flip me. No woman do. No woman do. I didn't say a man didn't. See, I didn't say I wouldn't sleep with a man for money because that is my past. But I've certainly tried to change. But I ain't do that with your husband. See, pay attention. If you want to say that I was a prostitute before, I didn't do that with Pastor Wilder or Dr. Reed. Neither one of them. or Bishop Aiken. I mean, or Reverend Aiken. I ain't do that. All three of them could stand up and say that. That's progress for men. Yeah, three men pastors can say that. See, I've had sexual relationships with men, and all three of them say, "No, Catherine ain't like shit. That when she came to this church, that means I was trying to change. I ain't gonna let you disregard my character because I ain't want to sleep with you. Go back to the rivers and the falls that you used to. Ain't that what TLC said? Don't go chasing waterfalls. It leads you to the what? All right now, right. So at this point, because I have been doing this for 50 minutes, now I'm going to drop my cash app as I should, because everybody else do when they live. Everybody drop their cash app at the beginning. I'm just doing mine now. Just doing my cash app now. Wait a minute, let me get y'all the right one now. Now after I drop this, after I do this, that's my cash app. And let me tell y'all what it is. So y'all just let me tell y'all that this is my cash app right now. Hold on. If you feel led to, let me say that. If you feel led to cash at me, God bless you. And if you don't feel led to bless me with a cash app, God bless you also. So either way, God bless you. Thank you for coming here. God bless you for that. Wait a minute, hold on. If you feel led, but see, Ellen, you played yourself though. You really did, because all you had to do was just play along. I mean, be for real though, Ellen. Wasn't I just coming to church and I wasn't saying nothing? Tell the truth now. Because you've been riding off my coattail. See, because those are my ideas. And I was willing to be quiet, Ellen. See, all you had to do was play along, but you had to be arrogant. See, and that's what got you right where you is with your husband being exposed. Because all you had to do was keep your mouth shut, Ellen, but that wasn't good enough for you. Well, you had to try to be, you wasn't going, yeah, and I act barbaric with me. You're not going to do that. After 10 years of you just treating me like trash. You ain't gonna keep acting barbaric with me. You must do that with other people. Wait a minute, hold up. Hey, that's good comment right there. Wait a minute, I'm trying to, wait a minute, hold on, y'all. Now, if you feel led to bless me, here's the whole thing about Pastor Wiley using mine. Just I want to say this, and this is true of me. Sometimes God lets stuff happen. And I'm gonna tell you why I said that God allows stuff to happen and he don't shut it down right when it happens. Why didn't God shut it down right when it happened? Because Ellen, you don't really want to be married to Pastor Wiley. You just want to use him. And see, look at you, Ellen. Y'all got all that. And you were so selfish you ain't want to share. I helped your husband get to the top. And you ain't want your husband to buy me a house. I should have a house. Don't you have one? So why should you live out there in a nice house, but you want me to sleep in on a train station bench, ride the bus all night? That's twisted thinking, and it's thinking. Don't the Bible you read say, "Give honor to whom honor is due, and tribute, glory to whom listen"? Then why do you think that the person that wrote the ideas for the church they shouldn't be paid? See, this didn't have to go this way, but since you're so selfish, God is allowing you to be exposed. Why? Because you didn't want to talk to me. So since you ain't want to talk to me, I want to talk to the internet, let everybody hear it. Since no lawyer would take my case, then let the internet hear it. Right. See, you did this, Ellen. You burned down the work of your husband. You did that. All you had to do is settle. What did I ask for? I said I wanted the house. I ain't asked y'all for no millions of dollars. Don't lie. I ain't asked y'all for millions. Did not even ask you for a quarter. Did not. See, you forget when I tell people stuff, I remember. I said a house, and you wouldn't even have to, you could have picked out the house for me. You can't now because yesterday's price is not the same. See, if I said yesterday that I wanted a house, furniture, and appliances, that's not the same as today. And I'm still ain't going for millions. That's not what I'm going for. I said that I needed a place to live. See, you like to make things difficult. You know, like you did when I was over there at the shelter. You ain't want to help nobody. You want to grab everything for yourself. Right. Shame and rottenness to Alan's bones. Shame, that's what the Bible says. A contentious woman. That's who he married, a contentious woman. A woman that will cause this type of chaos. You did this. Aren't you the one that told them deacons to tell me not to come back? Because you won't let Alan run the church. You got to run all over him like train tracks. That's why he in a predicament position he's in right now. Because he wouldn't shut you down with that ash spirit that drives Jezebel. It's not. Jezebel was the queen, but the spirit that was driving her was ash. So people don't want to break it down like that. They'll just say a Jezebel spirit. I'll go along with it. But the theologians know that it was Ashtoth. But I'm gonna go along with the people that say Jezebel, because then that'd be simplified. Right. Jezebel ran all over her husband until the prophet came to tell her that she was out of order. But see, you've been out of order for years before you even got to E9. But it increased. But see, one day God said, what? Enough is enough. You've done this to enough people, and now you're going to be embarrassed. Why? Because you did it for 10 whole years. First time, threw me out. You got my books. Second time, you threw me out. You got my books. But the third time, pay attention, Ellen. E9 North was my idea. Whose idea was it? Cap, you want me to go post a picture? Because you know I can post a picture. That was not your idea. I was in a car with somebody from E9 and showed them the site and gave them the name. You want me to post it up? Because I could do that. Right. See, don't. You're not no visionary. You're not a visionary. You might have came up with the idea for human trafficking and she's my sister, but you ain't come up with none of them other ideas. So guess what, Ellen? When people start disassociating themselves from you, it's gonna be for a good reason. When people start backing away from you after this, it's gonna be for a good reason. Cause you all this good work you doing, church and yeah. Did y'all have that walk run today? Is that what happened? Y'all had that little walk run today? Uh-huh. Now you're being embarrassed. You gonna see your walks? Did you walk from E9 West to E9 East? And you probably won't go to church tomorrow, but you probably wasn't going to church tomorrow anyway because you just got embarrassed on the internet. So you probably wasn't going. You probably had planned to stay home anyway. So yeah. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute, I ain't put my cash app in there. Wait a minute, hold on, y'all. Ain't put my cash app in there. I see. That's to show you how important it is to me. Right after I got the word cash app, I stopped typing and rolled over on my pillow. Right. See, Ellen, you ain't want me to be a member of the church. You want to keep me alienated from the people that I know, and you just be in there acting like when your husband seen up there to shake people's hands. Why are you always walking through the doors like you too good to shake people's hands? What kind of first lady? Now say that ain't your MO. When have you ever stood up there to shake anybody's hand after he preached? No, you walking through the doors to do something else. And if you is in the sanctuary, you ain't standing up there with him. Not for the time I've known you. Yeah, yeah, right. So, right. I don't didn't have anything against you, Ellen. When I came, you tried to make it seem like didn't nobody want to hurt you. I just don't want you. What part don't you understand? You ain't got enough money to flip me like no pancake. I'm not a pancake. And if I wanted to have sex with a gender, it would be a man. Let's be clear about that. I like the opposite sex. You know the way God intended me to be? Because it said he did what? Male and female. He created them or them he created, however you would like to say it. Ain't that what the Bible say? It said he created the man for the woman and the woman for the man. Actually, he created Adam first, put him to sleep, and then created the woman. So really he created the woman for the man, really, technically speaking. So then I would never be created to anything that's opposite of God's word. That's your story, and you can stick to it. Because if it was that I left your church, why did you continue to have me harassed by lesbians if you ain't one that's clinging to a man, right? They want to act all funny with the man, right? See, tell the truth, Ellen. What led to your husband having an affair? Wasn't it that he had to beg you for sex? He got to beg you for everything else, cook, clean, and sex too. So isn't the real reason why he had to have an affair? Because he couldn't get enough from you. Right. See, when you say stuff about Catherine, I don't really care when you say stuff about Catherine, but don't accuse me of sleeping with somebody when I'm trying to get my life together. No, no, because I wouldn't sleep with you. I don't sleep with women. That's your MO. Don't make me tell names around here. I ain't trying to put none of your oh, yes, I am. You don't remember Rondea Turner? Uh-huh, Ellen. Uh-huh, Ellen. You don't remember Rondea Turner, huh? Where did I meet Rondea at, Ellen? How do I know that Alan sleeps in the basement? How do I know that? I don't know if Rondea is still around, but I definitely know Rondea. Right. See, you really thought I had dropped the ball. I ain't know none of your female. Of course I do. See, I had to call Rondea. I know. Oh, yeah, I know Rondea. Brown skin. Got a son that's light skinned. Very, very handsome young man if he's still around. How do I know Rondea, Ellen? Oh, you don't want to tell that? You don't want me to tell people how I know Rondea? Okay, Ellen, I'll be quiet. I won't tell people how I know Rondea. No, I'm not. I know Rondea very well. I'm just not going to tell you how I know Rondea. It's a reason for that. It's the reason why I can't tell you how I know Rondea. But I do know Rondea. And her name is Rondea Turner, if I'm not mistaken, if she's still alive. That was one of Ellen's girlfriends. See, Ellen, you did too much. When I couldn't come back and join that church, you did too much. See, I still had to be homeless. Ellen, I'm going to blast you. See, when I had to go to the hospital and you had that nurse put me out and I had diarrhea, I'm going to bless you. Lucky all I'm telling is about Rondea. I had to walk across that street and I had to go to the bathroom and I could barely make it. I had to ask God not to let me have no accident. You is lucky, Ellen. That you're lucky, Ellen, because you did too much, Catherine. And I had to be quiet. I ain't got to be quiet. Because, see, I'm putting it out there in case something happened to me. My sons will know to look right over there at you. See, pay attention to what I say. If something happened to me, my sons will know to look right over there at you. Because for the last 10 years, you put me in some bad predicaments. That lady hit me. She could have hit me in my head, and my sons could have been burying their mother. You ain't think about that. I had just felt and had a concussion. Why would you have somebody come back 2 weeks later and hit me? Are you okay? So I don't deserve to be quiet about none of your female lovers around Dia either. I don't owe you that. And you can lie and say Rondea didn't exist. Yes, she did. She's a dark-skinned lady who had a haircut like a man. Do I need to go on about Rondea? Okay, see, you thought I was a butch. Ain't nothing butch about me. You tried to make me a butch, but I ain't no butch. Right. Yeah. See, don't do it because you did enough to me in 10 years. Rondea is not a made-up person. How would I know how she looked? How would I know how her son looked? Right. Okay. So you don't do it. And I've spilt tea. Wait a minute. I didn't drive. Why I can't get my cash app in here? Shit, wait. Let me try to get my cash app in here, y'all. I'm trying. I see it's hard for me to stay focused. I done told y'all. I ain't really thinking about no money right now. I'm just trying to tell my story and go to sleep. If I can sleep. Wait a minute, hold on. Pastor wife there acting like she like the man and got a whole feet. Ma'am, listen, I don't care if you got a whole harem of women. Don't be blaming that on me. Don't be blaming your husband on me. Trying to make it seem like I done came there and jumped on you. I ain't came there and did none of that. Stop it. I ain't jumped on your husband. No. You ain't jumped on your husband. What the hell? You ain't jumped on your husband that's right there blaming me for something like that. You okay, Ellen? Yeah, see, you got blasted. You deserve to get blasted. Yeah, you deserve to get exposed. Kept on blaming me for doing something like that year after year after year after year after year. Having me put out of places, put out the hospital, telling the people that I'm homeless, telling the people down at Jefferson Methodist Hospital that I'm homeless. Isn't that what you told the nurse? Don't treat me because I'm homeless. You had them kick me out the hospital, right, Ellen? Uh-huh. See, that's how sadistic you are. So if I want to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. Uh-huh. I'm going to talk about it. Right. See, y'all played what? You played real elite to Raphael Warnock, didn't you? Because he was just at your church. Timing is everything. See, I had to be quiet. I had to be quiet. I had to be quiet. I had to wait. I had to wait. I had to wait. I had to at least let Raphael Warnock come to E9. See, that's why I do have some decor about myself. I had to wait until the man leave. I couldn't do Pastor Waller. Timing is everything. I had to wait until Raphael Warnock left. I couldn't do that while the man was here. Come on now. I had to at least wait until he left. Because if I'd have did it before then, history had to be made, Pastor Waller. History had to be made. Raphael Warnock came here. It doesn't matter that we're talking about it now. The Bible says to everything there is a season, a time, and a purpose under the heaven. This is God's time. It's not mine. It had to be God's time because I'm moving on his time. I already had a channel. I just got to 1,000 like yesterday. I hope my sub count go up. I'm gonna try to grow my channel a little bit more so I can get some watch time hours. Cause once I get watch time hours, I can get a YouTube check. See, pay attention to what I said. Once I get some of them watch time hours, I get me one on YouTube check. Right now, I'm not monetized, so all I have is people send me cash apps. See, anybody that's not monetized, I'm gonna tell you what it takes to get for me to get monetized. I need 4,000 watch hours. I almost have that, cause 4 hours. I mean, so I almost have that because I did a live last week that was 3 hours and 33 minutes. I had 440 people in my chat. Now, right now, I have a lot of people in my chat, but I still have it. Now, I done gave you an hour and 6 minutes, and I done told y'all about me staying at the nursing home, but I'm going to tell y'all a little bit more about me staying at the nursing home. She had this worker, and every day this worker would come and get smart with her mouth. I'm putting you on blast, lady, because you stupid. I said you stupid. Why you stupid? Because you let somebody put your job in jeopardy. See, don't ever do that. Don't ever let somebody put your job in jeopardy because when they get finished using you, you're going to be the one that's going to lose your job. And I don't know whether that lady got fired or not, but she daggone sure tried to fight me. And I daggone sure told her if she tried to fight me, I'm going to call the cops on her. Why I'm going to call the cops on her? Because Ellen wasn't going to save her from getting arrested. Now, if you put your hands on somebody because somebody else told you to, you're going to be the one that cuffs get slapped on. Let me make that real clear, Ellen. You tried to have that lady attack me at the funeral home. I mean, at the nursing home, and there wasn't no need for that. You just kept escalating. There wasn't no need for that. You had the people cut the heat off on Christmas Day, halfway jacked up my food. You know, like you did here, Ellen. Don't make me talk about it here. Because if I would leave it up to you, you would have me poison or you had people starving. You know how you roll. You know how you do. You know how you roll. You know how you do. God got me. Pay attention. Right. See, you ain't want me to come back in the church that I served in. You goofy. I said it. That was goofy. That was goofy. Not you're goofy. That was goofy. Wasn't I a faithful member to Enoch? So then why wouldn't I reap the benefits of being a faithful member? That don't sound right. I was faithful in your church. That don't sound right. See, I have served God well, Ellen. In your church, your husband's church, in Pastor Aiken church, I did. I didn't really serve well at Sharon, but it wasn't because I didn't want to. It was because Dr. Reed didn't let me. See, if anybody say that all y'all going through this right now, because y'all should have been stopped telling. But see, Pastor Wilder couldn't stop her, so y'all couldn't either. But it's over now. The truth is out there now. I wonder will Rondia be at E9 tomorrow? Can she come? Or she can't come? Okay, right. See, you played yourself. You should have known that I know something about you, that I was gonna come out here with you. You should have known that. You should have known that. Out of all the things to know about somebody that the first lady is a lesbian. I don't really care that you're a lesbian and you're married to a man. I don't really care. No, I don't. I care that you kept harassing me and trying to turn me into a lesbian. You can't beat me up and make me one. Don't you know I have designed that God, I am designed by what God wants me to be, and He wants me to be exactly how He designed me to be? And that's to be attracted to a man. Yes, Ellen, that's to be attracted to a man. I'm sorry you ain't. That's not my business. Right. See, I said I'm attracted to a man, but I also say I have self control. Pay attention. Self control. Something you ain't got. self discipline, something you ain't got. You're gonna have somebody attacked and then wonder why they on the internet talking about it. You're gonna have somebody attacked and then wonder why they airing you out. That's the heck of a thing to do to somebody. Ain't nobody right now can say, Catherine, I know how you feel. No, you don't know how I feel unless your first lady tried to have you beat up like she tried to have me. If your first lady ain't do that to you, then you don't know how I feel. The first lady, I ain't say the pastor's mistress, I said first lady. Person who supposed to be up there with her husband, sitting there having somebody attack that's not even sleeping with her husband. Right. So see tomorrow, are you gonna hang your head in shame and go to church? Or are you gonna hang your head in shame and go to church? Or you gonna sit home and use wasn't the race today? She's my sister. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Let's see how this work out. You know, the Bible says that the stone that's rejected has become the what? The head cornerstone. hmm It also says in Psalms 75 about promotion, but it also says that a man gifts makes room for him. My gift ain't make no room for me at Enon. My gift got my ideas got stolen and used, which wasn't no big deal. But then to try to act like when I came back and wanted to make up with y'all, that wasn't the thing. No, the thing was if I would have known if I was in charge and you was the other person, I'd have been trying to keep it cute. But you ain't try to do that. You tried to make it seem like every time I seen Pasquale, I wanted to fight him. No, you wanted us to keep fighting and keep going back over ideas. And that was not necessary. It ain't necessary now. We still can make amends right now. I'm going to say that loud and clear. We still can make amends right now. Ellen, if you would stop telling him not to make amends like he ain't got a brain for himself. He can't make amends with me. He got to still keep fighting with me till Jesus come back. Because you the one that told them deacons to put me out, not Alan. That's you. You the one that's pulling all the strings and acting like the puppeteer. That's you that's doing that. So, Ellen, I'm gonna ask you, can I make amends? I ain't say come back because I'm not coming back. See, I'm not coming back because I ain't coming back for you to act goofy like you did this time. So I didn't want to come back, but I definitely want to make amends. I'll go ahead on to that church and I'll just sit there. I'll put my money in there now and then, but yeah, that's where I'm be at. Because listen, even if they don't believe me, it's okay. God knows I'm telling the truth. I never had to lie about it. But what I do have to do is it's 11:10, and I want to look at the news, and I'm not going to nobody else's platform if I come back tomorrow. Now listen, y'all. I'm gonna say this and I'm put this out there because I asked God about this. Pastor Waller, I am saying this to you right here, right now. I want to make amends with you. I did not want to drag you. See, if I wanted to drag you, I'd have dragged you in May. So I wanted to make amends with you. I don't want to keep arguing with you. If you need my help, I want to be there to help you. It's no strings attached to that. If somebody do something for you, you're supposed to be able to reciprocate. So if you want to make amends, I want to make amends. That don't mean we have to be in each other's company or none of that. We can forgive each other and results and never see each other again. If that's what you want, hey, if that's what you want, that's fine with me. Let's just make amends and go our separate ways. What's the song say? We can do that. Right. The Bible says in Ephesians 4:32 to be tenderhearted and unforgiving. We can forgive each other and we don't have to never see each other again. That's where I'm at with it. But good night. Y'all have a good one.